Hello everybody, and welcome to Prep with Miss Pam. Prep stands for Pam's Reading Enrichment Program, and we want to prep or prepare our students for success with reading. I have been teaching special education for 34 years, and in those 34 years, I've experienced a lot of success with reading. I've seen or experienced students going from well below benchmark in September to at and above benchmark by the spring. And I'm going to share with you some of the techniques that I use that can enrich any reading program you use. And it's really all about clarifying the confusion that students experience as they are learning to read. And I've been guilty of this too. A lot of times all we do is focus on that reading program, and we're not realizing that there are so many other aspects of reading that we need to address in order for children not to be confused when it's time to put a book in their hand. Today we're going to focus on one of the first earliest sight words that they learn when they are in school. And we know that the word is pronounced by us English speakers as the. So think about how confused the child is when they've been practicing that T says T as in tiger, H says H as in hot dog or hippopotamus, and E says E as in egg or elephant. They've been hearing that all throughout the school year, and they're given that drill practice, and they're told you're going to have to know this for the test. And then they encounter a word such as the, and we teach the students that the is a read word or a sight word. So one of the programs that I use teaching children to read is Orton Gillingham, and I love how Orton Gillingham teaches us to use the term read words for words that don't follow the phonetic pattern, because read means stop. Don't try to sound that word out because you can't. A read word has to be memorized, okay? And the is one of those words. So the, you would tell them, is a sight word and it's a read word, and it has to be memorized, okay? And there are different techniques you can use to help children memorize the words. And we'll talk about that in another episode. But today I want to talk about how confusing it is if you don't address that. So you're going to tell them that this is a read word. It does not follow the rules of T says T, H says and E says E. But you are going to stress the fact that the word the has a vowel, because all words in the English language has vowels, even though the E is not saying E for egg or E for eagle. So in this word, the word the, you're going to explain TH does follow the rule, because TH can make the sound Z, as in those, that, and the. And you're going to explain to them that sometimes the E can be lazy and make a schwa sound too, where it's just going So you explain to them that the vowels have to make many sounds, because they make all the sounds that come out of our mouth. And although we're learning that E says E, it also makes other sounds too. So yes, it's okay to go ahead and explain that to children, even though they're learning the basic sounds of the letter. But this word is a read word or a sight word. It doesn't necessarily follow the rules of what we're learning about the sounds of the letters, but it does have a vowel, because all real words have vowels, and the vowels can make a schwa sound, which is what we call a lazy sound. That's like not long, where it says its name, not short, where it's going E for egg. And introducing students to those concepts early, again, will help them be more successful with reading, as opposed to saying, I can't figure any of this, all of this out, because all I know is that you taught me that T says T and E says E. So introduce those sight words in a way that's explicit, where you explain why they differ from words that can be sounded out, like cat and dog. Thank you for joining me today. Let's get ready to build a nation of readers.